A very good evening to our esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, and respected participants. A very warm welcome to this special session on Indo-Bhutan Economic Cooperation in Gelephu Mindfulness City, opportunities for mutual collaboration at Advantage Assam 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit. Today, we focus on strengthening the economic and infrastructural ties between India and Bhutan with special emphasis on the visionary Gelephu Mindfulness City. We have an esteemed lineup of speakers who will share valuable insights. We'll have the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, joining us very shortly. But now we'd like to invite all our esteemed speakers onto the dais. I'd like to begin by inviting His Excellency Yonten Phunso onto the stage, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Bhutan. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Yonten Phunso. We'd now like to welcome Honorable Chief Executive Member, Bodoland Territorial Council, Shri Pramod Boro. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now welcome the Honorable Minister, Government of Assam, Shri U.G. Brahma. We'd now like to invite Mr. Jonathan To, Special Envoy of His Majesty to India for GMC. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now welcome the CEO and Managing Director, Tata Power Company Limited, Dr. Praveer Sinha. We'd now like to welcome President of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, Shri Rajiv Mehra, onto the dais. He'll be joining us shortly. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to officially commence this session, I request Shri U.G. Brahma, Honorable Minister to Government of Assam, to deliver the welcome address and set the context for today's discussion.
Good afternoon. Honorable Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, Chief Minister of Assam, who is joining us very shortly, His Excellency Yonten Phunso, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Bhutan, Shri Pramod Boroji, Honorable CM, Bodoland Territorial Council, Mr. Jonathan To, Special Envoy of His Majesty to India for GMC, Jaideep Majumdar, IFS Secretary, Minister of External Affairs, Government of India, Praveer Sinha, CEO, Managing Director, Tata Power Company Limited, Rajiv Mehra, President of the Indian Association of Tour Operators. It is with immense pleasure and great honor that I welcome you all to this session on Indo-Bhutan Economic Cooperation and Gelephu Mindfulness City opportunities for mutual cooperation, collaboration as part of the Advantage Assam 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit, Tasidalek. We are gathered here today in the beautiful city of Guwahati to explore and expand the horizon of the cooperation between our two vibrant nations. Bhutan and India share a unique and time-honored relationship rooted in mutual understanding, respect, and shared values. Our collaboration over the years has been a witness to what can be achieved when two neighbors come together with common goals and aspirations. Today, as we discuss about enhancing economic cooperation, we are not just talking about economic investment, but also about investing in peace, sustainability, and the well-being of our people. The Gelephu Mindfulness City is a pioneering initiative that symbolizes the spirit of our times, focusing on sustainable urban development while promoting mental and spiritual health. This city is poised to become a model for the world, illustrating how modern urban landscapes can coexist with ancient wisdom to create environments that nurture the mind, body, and spirit. I am particularly enthusiastic to hear from our distinguished speakers who will share their insights and visions for further strengthening our bonds through various sectors, including energy, tourism, sustainable development. I extend a special welcome to Dr. Prabir Sinha and Sri Rajiv Mehra, whose experiences and leadership are invaluable to our discussions. Furthermore, I took forward to the address by His Excellency Yunton Fonshu and our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, who will shed light on the strategic importance of these collaborations in enhancing the economic landscape and the quality of life for our communities. As we proceed with today's agenda, let us engage openly in discussions, ask questions, and seek to understand how we can leverage our unique strengths for mutual benefit. Let this session be a stepping stone towards more robust and meaningful partnerships that go beyond economic benefits and touch upon the core of human experience, peace, prosperity, and harmony. Thank you once again for joining us at this momentous event. Your presence and participations are crucial as we chart a course towards a collaborative and prosperous future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for setting the stage for today's dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have with us the IFS Secretary East, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, Shri Jaidup Majumdar, and I'd like to welcome sir onto the dais. And I'd like to request Honorable Minister to the Government of Assam, Shri U.G. Brahmo sir, to felicitate all our dignitaries on the dais. I'd like to request sir to felicitate Mr. Jonathan To. now like to felicitate the IFS Secretary East, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, Shri Jaideep Majumdar. Now I'd like to request sir to felicitate Dr. Praveer Sinha. We'd now like to felicitate Shri Rajiv Mehra. I'd like to request Mr. Adil Khan, Secretary to the Government of Assam, to felicitate Brahmo sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have two distinguished industry leaders to share their insights. I'd like to request our first speaker of the session, Dr. Praveer Sinha, CEO and Managing Director, Tata Power Company Limited, to share his insights.
Good afternoon, Honorable CM, Honorable Ministers, His Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you to Government of Assam for giving me the opportunity to come and share with you some of the things that we have been doing with Bhutan. And I think good experiences brings the charm of doing business in a country which has not been fully exploited in terms of the business opportunities. I had the opportunity of working in Bhutan way back in 2002 when we set up the first transmission line from Tala to Delhi, nearly 1600 kilometers, which continues to operate and brings power to India from Bhutan. The second opportunity I got nearly 16 years back when we set up in joint venture with the DGPC to set up a 126 megawatt hydropower plant. The plant was set up in record time. It was a joint venture where the DGPC, the government of Bhutan, had 74% stake, and we had, Tata Power had 26%. And 100% power of that is generated comes to India, is sold to India, is sold to many of the states in India, and I think it meets the growing requirement of electricity in the country, and especially clean energy. Last year, we again got an opportunity to take up one of the projects which had been languishing for many years. In fact, the project started way back in 2014, and it could not go forward for whatever reasons. But last year, when government of Bhutan and DGPC approached us and said that we would like you to set up a 600 megawatt Khorlunchu project, we said we'll be more than happy to work with you. And within a period of 9 months, we have done all the due diligence, the documentation, and I think this is a landmark project in terms of first time a large project in public-private partnership is being set up over there. The work has already started in January, which incidentally could not start from 2014. And I think we will set it up in again record time of about 52 months. So 2029-30, this power will be generated. His Excellency, the King of Bhutan, met the Honorable Chief Minister and mentioned to him last year that this type of project is being set up. And Honorable CM said that why don't we get this power for Assam? So this power will come to Assam. In the winter months, this power will be used in Bhutan, but in the summer months when we have shortage of power from April to October, this power will come to India and it will come to Assam. And I think that's the synergy that is coming. So what is happening in this is that we have large capacities of generation that can happen in a neighboring country. They have huge potential, and this energy can come and meet the aspirations and requirements of states like Assam, which is looking for clean energy to provide for the industrial activity. Today morning we saw that there were a number of industry leaders. Honorable Prime Minister talked about A for Assam, and I think that's what it is. If today development has to happen and Assam has to be the #1 state in terms of attracting investment, we need a lot of energy. And this is not the only one that we are talking to. In fact, the excitement is so much that even before we could start the work on the first 600 megawatt, government of Bhutan and we entered into another agreement to develop another 1125 megawatt Dorjiling project, where we expect that in next few months we will complete the documentation. World Bank is financing that project, and again we have World Bank, we have Tata Power, and we have DGPC, and the power again hopefully will flow to Bhutan, from Bhutan to Assam. So I think the type of synergy that is coming, the opportunities which is now coming, this sort of opportunities we didn't have few years back. And if you are not in Assam, and that's what I felt seeing today, the type of MOUs and the type of commitment that is coming, then you are missing something very big in terms of business. Similarly, if you are not in Bhutan, you are missing some big business opportunities. So I think it's a great example of partnership, and there could not have been better ways of where we can connect between Bhutan and India and Bhutan and Assam. And I would like to compliment the Honorable Chief Minister for having the vision to take up this initiative, take up both with Government of India and Government of Bhutan for this sort of tie-up. And I think this is the precursor to many more projects that can happen. And the aspiration that we will have in Assam by 2030, most of the industries and commercial establishments getting clean energy can be only fulfilled if we get all this hydropower that comes from Bhutan. The other great thing is that there's a lot of development that is happening in Bhutan itself, and I'm sure we will get to hear more about the Gelephu Mindful City. I had the privilege of spending some time with His Majesty over there, and he has shared his vision. This is again a unique thing that is happening over there, and the future requirement of power that will happen, because the type of growth that is being talked about, which will be I think much bigger than what you see today in Dubai or Singapore or in Hong Kong, or maybe a combination of all that will happen over there. And the gateway for all this will be Assam, because whatever construction activity, whatever supply chains that will happen actually from Assam. In fact, now I see that most of my people travel to the site via Assam rather than they traveling earlier from Paro, because it's just 6 hours from here to drive rather than going all the way to Paro and then driving from there. So this is a great opportunity for all of us to work together to bring synergy and have a win-win situation both for Assam and Bhutan. And I really feel that we are blessed to have this opportunity to take it forward. I look forward to hear of many more opportunities that will come, and we are very excited to participate in all these initiatives of the government. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your valuable perspective with us, sir. I would now like to request Shri Rajiv Mehra, President, Indian Association of Tour Operators, to speak on this occasion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable dignitaries on the dais, esteemed delegates, and distinguished guests. It is an honor to address this esteemed gathering today as we discuss the strengthening of the Indo-Bhutan economic partnership. India and Bhutan share unique and time-tested relationship built on mutual trust, shared cultural heritage, the economic cooperation. As the President of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, I strongly believe that tourism can play a pivotal role in deepening the partnership and driving sustainable economic growth for both nations. Bhutan is invariably marketed by our members. We have about 2,000 strong members in India, and at various forums internationally, besides promoting India, our members keep on promoting Bhutan in the various parts of the world. So India is Bhutan's largest trade and development partner, contributing significantly to its economic growth. Over the years, we have collaborated in key sectors such as hydropower, what my friend was talking about, infrastructure and education. Today, as we look forward to the future, it is crucial to explore new avenues for economic growth. To move forward in this area of tourism, we have to have improved connectivity, which is strengthening of air, road, and one day the rail link between Indian cities and Bhutan can facilitate seamless travels. The expansion of direct flights and better road infrastructure will make travel more convenient for tourists and business alike. We have to do joint marketing initiatives so that both the countries are benefited out of it. We have to enhance border town infrastructure in places like Fushling or other such places to promote cross-border tourism benefiting local economies. Well, ease of travel restrictions, visa facilitations, and mutual recognition of tourism professionals can encourage more Indian tourists to explore Bhutan and vice versa. Well, Bhutan's commitment to bring a carbon negative country aligned perfectly with Indian sustainable tourism goals. Joint initiatives in ecotourism, adventure tourism, and spiritual tourism can position Indo-Bhutan tourism as a model for the world. Promoting homestays, nature-based tourism, and culture exchange can further strengthen our partnership while preserving Bhutan's environment. Well, while tourism is a crucial sector, Indo-Bhutan economic ties must also expand into areas like trade, renewable energy, digital economy, and skill development. Encouraging Indian investments in Bhutan's hospitality sector, local handicrafts, and wellness tourism can create employment opportunities and boost the overall economy. Well, the Indo-Bhutan relationship stands as a beacon of strong bilateral ties in South Asia. By leveraging our strength in tourism and economic cooperation, we can ensure a future of shared prosperity. As stakeholders in the journey, let us work together to foster greater connectivity, sustainable growth, and even stronger partnership between our two nations. So we have to both work together in the tourism industry, promoting Indian tourism into Bhutan, and most important, as I am the president of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, which are basically inbound tour operators, and we do marketing for Bhutan. We have to do it a little bit more aggressively, although Bhutan requires a restricted tourism to come there. And we definitely agree to that also, instead of mass tourism, to sustain everything there. So let us work all together and build a better future for the countrymen both in India and Bhutan. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you for your valuable insights, sir. Next, we move on to an in-depth presentation on Gelephu Mindfulness City, Bhutan, highlighting its economic potential, sustainability initiatives, and investment opportunities. I would now like to request Mr. Jonathan To and Mr. Rapsil Dorji to begin the presentation.
Honorable ministers and fellow speakers on the panel, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Kuzuzang Pola and Namaskar, and good afternoon to all of you. When His Majesty the King was informed of Advantage Assam 2.0, he immediately commanded the GMC team to be present. And today marks the first presentation on GMC to an international audience. So it's truly a privilege for us to introduce GMC to our friends here in Assam and India, very close and important partners. Today for the presentation, we would like to look at it from 2 points of view, 2 perspectives. The first part, we'll be looking at the vision, what His Majesty has in mind and commanded the GMC team to put together. And the second part, we'll look at opportunities and how we can cooperate with India, of which I'll be taking a role in working with India on this. I would like to invite my colleague from GMC, Mr. Rapsil Dorji, to present on the first part, and I'll come in on the second part. Rapsil, please come.
Thank you, Ambassador. Namaskar and Kuzuzang Pola. Good evening, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here at Advantage Assam 2.0 in the beautiful state of Assam, and it is my privilege to be able to present to you the vision of the Gelephu Mindfulness City, a transformative initiative of His Majesty the King of Bhutan that is deeply rooted in Bhutanese values while embracing the opportunities of the future. The Gelephu Mindfulness City, or the GMC as we call it, is a bold step towards building a sustainable, technologically advanced, and economically thriving city. One that will not only shape the future of Bhutan, but also create new avenues for the regional collaboration, particularly given our unique and special ties with India, and of course, with our closest friends here in Assam. Our vision for the GMC is inspired by Bhutan's rich traditions integrating the concepts of Shangri-La, Shambhala, and Mandala with global best practices in governance, design, and technology. This initiative is about harnessing Bhutan's strengths, our green energy, our sustainable resources, our enlightened leadership, to build a city that is spiritually mindful, economically prosperous, and environmentally sustainable. And we do this through a unique strategy called the Diamond Strategy, as envisioned by His Majesty the King. And this vision follows a one country, two systems model through the establishment of a special administrative region. So for the first 20 years, we will see GMC develop independently with a distinct governance framework. And then over the next 20 years, the GMC will gradually reintegrate with the rest of Bhutan, culminating in a unified national system. This allows the GMC to be a catalyst for reform, and it ensures that Bhutan modernizes in a structured manner while safeguarding our values and our traditions. His Majesty has stated that the purpose of establishing this special administrative region is to create a vibrant economic hub by providing a conducive business environment and compelling incentives. It will be a mindfulness city. Thank you. Honorable CM, thank you for your presence. I was just quoting His Majesty the King. The mindfulness city will encompass conscious and sustainable businesses inspired by Buddhist spiritual heritage and distinguished by the uniqueness of the Bhutanese identity. So the GMC is about balancing progress with purpose, and the GMC is about mindful prosperity. And to realize this vision, the GMC has been granted sovereign powers through a royal charter. As a special administrative region, the GMC has the ability to adopt and adapt international best practices, ensuring a business-friendly ecosystem. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. For example, we've already adopted Singapore's common law and Abu Dhabi global markets regulations for financial matters, allowing for a stable, investor-friendly legal framework. As a special administrative region, the GMC has legislative and executive autonomy, including an independent judiciary to create an innovation-driven economy. His Majesty has emphasized the importance of economic opportunities for Bhutanese youth. From his National Day address in 2024, he mentions that we must urgently create meaningful jobs, job opportunities with clear learning pathways and attractive career prospects to help our youth lead prosperous lives. They must be ready to embrace the opportunities offered by the rapid advancements in AI, quantum technology, robotics, and supercomputing. And the GMC is a step towards making that future a reality. So why GMC? Well, the GMC is built on 10 strong foundational pillars. One, the governance under His Majesty's direct guidance with world-class leadership. Two, Bhutanese values that are blended with sustainable growth to create a city that is clean, green, and safe. Three, favorable regulatory environment encouraging investment and innovation. Four, adoption of global best practices in law and business. Five, access to abundant renewable energy and sustainable resources. Six, a blueprint for world-class infrastructure. Seven, policy autonomy to offer attractive incentives to investors. Eight, enhanced regional connectivity, including a new international airport. Nine, of course, the special and unique ties with India for economic and trade cooperation. And 10, a spiritual center for Buddhism so that we can attract global seekers of wisdom. The GMC is strategically located in the south-central part of Bhutan, bordering Assam, and covering 2,600 square kilometers. This is 12 times the size of Guwahati city. Priority infrastructures like the hydropower plant and the international airport will be catalytic to the success of the GMC, and we'll be working on this in the first phase of development. It also includes roads and rail connectivity to enhance cross-border trade and tourism, and 70% of the land area will remain green, making the GMC one of the most sustainable developments globally. The city's design has been conceptualized by the world-renowned Bjarke Ingels Group, BIG, and it integrates nature, community, and sustainability. For example, the neighborhood bridges will foster social cohesion, and the wildlife corridors will ensure harmony between urban development and biodiversity. This is a city where nature and economy and culture will thrive together, and the GMC represents Bhutan's ambition for a future that is mindful, that is progressive, and that is globally connected. Now, before I pass it on to Ambassador Jonathan, I would like to now invite you to watch this short video, which will bring the vision of the GMC to life.
In the land of the Thunder Dragon lies a special place where wisdom and compassion have forged a unique way of life. Rooted in the timeless principles of Vajrayana Buddhism, Bhutan seamlessly intertwines spiritual and cultural values with a profound respect for nature. A green sanctuary where national parks and forests absorb more CO2 than the country emits. Bhutan harnesses the power of its rivers, making it one of the cleanest nations in the world. Guided by Buddhist principles and the philosophy of gross national happiness, Bhutan has nurtured a society built on trust and well-being. A safe place, governed by a stable political system dedicated to the country's long-term vision. Today, Bhutan is focused on building its future, ready to emerge as the gateway between South Asia and the world. Rooted in Bhutanese identity and open to international partners, a new city will serve as a hub for global exchange and sustainable development. With a confined footprint of just 4% of the nation, this special administrative region will lay the foundation for future generations, becoming a new model for a lasting legacy. Welcome to Gelephu Mindfulness City. Descending from the Himalayas to the lush tropical plains, a cascade of urban terraces is shaped by the uninterrupted flow of water, plants, and animals. A land where bridges become cultural landmarks, connecting one neighborhood to another. A human-scale environment designed to inspire and nurture global talent, fostering a culture of collaboration, experimentation, and innovation. In Gelephu, green and clean surroundings will drive businesses towards sustainability, striking a balance between economic success and environmental prosperity. Built with locally sourced river stones, timber, and bamboo, the Mindfulness City blends tradition with modernity, preserving heritage while advancing progress and cultivating resilient, self-sustaining communities. Here nature is enhanced rather than displaced, with every path drawing you deeper into the wild. This sanctuary for spiritual and physical rejuvenation evolves with its ever-changing landscape, integrating infrastructure with social activities and nature-based solutions. A constellation of public spaces will gather residents of the Mindfulness City to share a life of learning and happiness. In the Vajrayana Buddhist capital of the world, people of all cultures will unite and practice compassion, kindness, and inner peace, revealing Bhutan's greatest teachings. Together, we begin a new era of mindful prosperity.
Honorable Chief Minister, Namaskar, and Honorable EAM, pleasure to see you again. Welcome. Thank you, Rapsel, for the presentation to describe the vision of His Majesty. I would like to touch on opportunities. Opportunities in terms of the industries that Gelephu Mindfulness City is looking to develop. There are 7 core industries that Gelephu Mindfulness City is going to focus on. We're a small region, so obviously we cannot do everything. And bearing in mind the idea of His Majesty to create an oasis in geostrategic uncertainty, bringing mindfulness into the equation, 7 core industries have been identified. The first being GMC aims to serve as a global hub for Buddhist spiritual journeys, to seamlessly integrate world-class Buddhism institutions and a rich tapestry of teachings, practices, cultural exchanges, to foster a deep connection between tradition and modern mindfulness. The second is on health and wellness. This also ties in very much with the idea of mindfulness. We aim to establish cutting-edge R&D centers in medical science, biotech, to drive innovation in holistic health and traditional healing. Complementing this, we're looking at world-class wellness and mindfulness retreats that blend in with what we're looking to do in Bhutan. Education and knowledge. We aim to serve as a global specialized knowledge hub to foster the exchange of ideas and innovation through a dynamic ecosystem of world-class institutions. Agri-tech and forestry technology. I think this is probably one of the very exciting areas that we're looking at, given the abundance of natural resources in Bhutan. His Majesty the King has a vision of creating an extremely sustainable and prosperous city that uses materials that can be found within Bhutan and to be deployed in a very sustainable manner. So agri-tech and forestry tech is something that we really hope to be able to contribute to the world through using Bhutan's natural resources. And we hope to build the city using these very natural resources and integrating new technologies for them. Green energy and tech industries, obviously, given the abundance of opportunities. Our Tata Power's colleague mentioned how excited he is to extend and expand further the opportunities in hydro. But there will be plenty other opportunities as well. And to help develop this, we will also be developing a science and technology park to integrate all of these R&D facilities. On the sixth point, industry focus will be on the finance and digital assets. We aim to be a leader in the financial and digital assets area, including the crypto industry, digital banking, and innovation. I wonder if you realize that recently GMC announced that we will be adopting the Bitcoin and other digital assets as part of GMC's strategic reserves. So we aim to be a front runner and a forerunner in terms of developing digital assets through GMC. And the seventh industry that we are focusing on would be aviation. Gelephu International Airport is going to be a very, very crucial project. In fact, it's called the People's Project, part of a nation-building effort, where thousands of Bhutanese have committed millions of dollars to support this vision, to share in this vision through their efforts. So Gelephu International Airport is really an opportunity for Bhutan to have a full-length airport for the first time. If you have ever been to Paro Airport, you'll find it's one of the most exciting landings you can get in an aircraft, short of being in a stunt plane, right? Flying through the valleys and landing in a very constricted area. Physical constraints limit how far you can reach from Bhutan. So Gelephu International Airport will be a game changer for Bhutan. And with GMC located there, together with Assam, it can be a connectivity hub for the region as well. So let me just briefly run through the stages of development. Currently, GMC is a very young entity. We're still in the process of finalizing what a special administrative region should look like in terms of the legislation, in terms of the incentives, in terms of the agreements that we are putting in place. It'll take us a couple more months in order to shape that up before we can present specifically to investors what it will look like. But within this vision, the first 10 years will be the most crucial. We target to complete all the key infrastructure aspects, including the airport and the core city, within the first 10 years. so that we can establish a thriving digital infrastructure and financial services with small-scale, world-class wellness, medical and tourism facilities, S&T facilities, and to create an ecosystem of companies, of company headquarters that can be based there in Gelephu and blended together with the values of Bhutan. In phase 2, between 20 years, we hope that the thriving mindfulness city would be able to accommodate a population of about 200,000 to enable it to be viable and vibrant. But what are the immediate investment priorities? The first one is connectivity. In fact, the airport is already making good progress in terms of finalizing our design and working out the master plan. There will be opportunities to build the airport, which His Majesty has commanded us to complete by December 2029. So the clock is ticking, and we are working very rapidly to get this done. So this is a key area of investment that we have. The second, obviously, is energy. There'll be plenty of opportunities for energy projects, from the hydropower to solar, thermal as well. Infrastructure. We need to build the core city center of the GMC. How can we do it in a sustainable and innovative way? Please be mindful that we are no longer thinking in terms of regular construction methods. We're thinking in terms of how we can bring in a more innovative and sustainable way of building. So we welcome new ideas, we welcome companies that are able to bring new technologies to use Bhutan's abundant natural resources to bring in this new way of construction. Hospitality, digital, and skills education are also crucial, immediate areas of investment that we're looking for. Now, how about Gelephu and Assam? I think the first and foremost important aspect is that Bhutan has special and unique ties with India. His Majesty the King has very close relations and a very good, warm relationship with His Excellency the Prime Minister of India and many leaders, not just in government but also industry with India. And His Majesty the King is very, very mindful of this special relationship. And he has commanded us to engage with India first. And through the appointment that he has given, we have started a dialogue and established a joint working group with the central government, with MEA, and also to the Chief Minister. A couple of days ago, I had a good session with the Chief Minister's office as well, for us to also establish a working relationship, of course with clearance from the central government, to discuss how GMC and Assam, GMC and India can work closely together to cooperate, to ensure that the vision of our leaders is fulfilled, and to be able to work in a time-bound manner to be able to bring success. Of course, Bhutan-Assam friendship is of utmost importance to us. His Majesty, the King, has a very, very warm and close relationship with the Chief Minister, and we are very, very impressed with the Chief Minister for his vision, and even attending Advantage Assam 2.0 to see the developments of Assam and to see how we can jointly work together in this vision of His Majesty as well as the Chief Minister of Assam. Well, we are just one gate away, rather than to say we are a gateway, but that is the border of Gelephu and Assam. And just a few days ago, I actually had the opportunity to drive down from Gelephu to Guwahati, and to be able to see what it looks like in Gelephu as well as on the opposite side. And there's tremendous potential indeed that we see. And we have every confidence with Chief Minister's leadership that we will make GMC Assam cooperation and partnership a strong reality. Now, what could this partnership look like? Of course, it is a partnership that is founded on the very strong relationship between our visionary leaders. And because of that, we believe wholeheartedly that we can establish a win-win partnership where Gelephu Mindfulness meets Advantage Assam 2.0, where we can have a shared vision that is complementary and mutually beneficial. And in terms of complementary partnerships, how can we then, as GMC, twin our 7 core industries with Assam's strong economic growth engine? How can we tap into the talent pool of Assam? How can we tap into what the Chief Minister is doing and driving economic progress in this state? And also because GMC is also adopting a different set of governance and rules and regulations and laws and focusing on 7 specific industries, our objective is to attract a certain kind of business, a certain kind of industrial players that are looking to balance what we call a mindful prosperity, to balance sustainability with economic development. And in that context, we hope that our ability to draw such investors will have a direct benefit on Assam as well, where Assam can play a role as a manufacturing hub, as a partner to help manufacture in India, made in India, as part of our GMC Assam partnership. And on the final point, certainly we can collaborate more in the area of strengthening connectivity. For example, we can work together, our airports, Guwahati, Gelephu Mindfulness City, together to strengthen the regional connectivity as well as connecting to other major hubs around the world. So this is truly a win-win partnership where there will be tremendous benefits for the people of Assam and India by collaborating together with GMC. And we hope to bring a very special value proposition to our friends in India to see how we can complement each other and take advantage of the strengths that we bring, how we can discuss this together and to take the necessary steps. So moving ahead, I'm very privileged that we have already established working mechanisms with MEA as well as with the Assam state government, that we can start the conversation as early as possible, as commanded by His Majesty the King, that India is the first partner we engage, and India is the first partner that we will have this dialogue with to see how we can take this vision of His Majesty the King, as well as what has been discussed with Prime Minister Modi and the Chief Minister of Assam. So I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to share about Gelephu Mindfulness City. As I mentioned earlier, we are still in the final stages of completing the policy structure of the Special Administrative Region. One country, 2 systems is something that we are building from scratch, but in the next few months, we hope to be able to engage specifically with investors on the opportunities as well as the incentives and to reach out to you once again. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you for this enlightening session, sir. We'd once again like to welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. We'd also like to welcome the Honorable Union Minister for External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, who has just joined us in the audience, and also the Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Shri Pabitra Margareta. We thank you, sir, for giving us your valuable time to be present here with us for this session. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we just concluded the presentation on Gelephu Mindfulness City, and on behalf of the audience, we managed to summarize a few questions and queries which I'd be asking, and I'd like to request Mr. Jonathan To answer them for us. So we'd like to know from you, why did Bhutan choose to build a special administrative region and not a special economic zone?
Thank you so much for that question. It's a very interesting concept to develop a special administrative region where you are given the autonomy to create policies or adopt best practices through a legal framework, a judicial framework, an executive framework that a typical special economic zone would not be able to do. So I think His Majesty, when he conceptualized this vision, had this idea that for one country, two systems to work, there had to be the ability to come up with a very different template that is not just entirely economic, but also focuses on core fundamentals in terms of the legal system. And having adopted Singapore common law and Abu Dhabi global market regulations, it is an attempt for us to use this SAR to absorb best practices so that we can attract investors that would be in alignment with Bhutan's values, be in alignment with sustainability and a mindfulness concept. So with this ability, I think we have the autonomy to work very closely with partners like in Assam. We can actually adjust and adapt our laws and rules to see how best we can actually get the maximum opportunities from the ability to be flexible and to create new laws. So that's probably the reason why we chose the SAR.
Thank you, sir. We'd also like to know, how will the airport at GMC benefit Assam and the Northeast region?
For the airport, as I did mention, it is a real game changer for GMC and Bhutan, because it is the first time Bhutan has an extended runway that aircraft can actually fly to other major hubs around the world. But that does not mean that Gelephu International Airport will be a competitor to Guwahati. In fact, there are opportunities to see how we can collaborate together. We are very close to each other, but there will be tremendous opportunity if we structure it in a way where not only we are linked closely with Assam, but also to be part of South Asia's connectivity aspect, as well as in the Northeast. So that is the hope, that by removing some of the physical limitations of what an airport can look like, it gives Gelephu International Airport a lot more flexibility to contribute to the connectivity story, not just in the Northeast, but also in the larger region.
Thank you, sir. One last question. Why did GMC adopt Singapore and Abu Dhabi global market laws?
Well, I think when His Majesty the King was looking at one country, two systems, the question really is, how can one take practices from different parts of the world that have been well developed, well known by investors, and how we can incorporate them into GMC. So, but don't be mistaken, nobody is adopting laws wholesale. We are adopting and adapting Singapore common law as well as Abu Dhabi global markets financial regulations. So the beauty of this is, how can we then pick and choose what will work or what is seen to work, and to pick and choose what foreign investors would find exciting to be part of. So in that sense, that is probably the best answer I could give, to say that we try to then incorporate and put in place the best practices. And as I also mentioned, it's also a question of us adapting what we need. So there is still room to adapt as we evolve, as we create the policies, and to see what works and what does not work, we'll be adjusting according to that. Thank you so much.
So thank you for answering all our questions. We'd now like to request Shri Pramod Boro, Honorable Chief Executive Member, Boreland Territorial Council, to share his thoughts on the Indo-Bhutan partnership.
Honorable Chairperson, UG Brahma, the Cabinet Minister of Assam, respected Chief Minister of Assam, respected Union Minister of External Affairs, Jai Shankarji, and His Excellency Yunten Fungshu, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Government of Bhutan. We have Minister of State, Union Minister of State, Pavitra Margaritaji. We have Sri Sudhakar Dalela, His Excellency Indian Ambassador to Bhutan, Dr. Prabir Sinha, CEO and MD, Tata Power Company Limited, Sri Jaideep Majumdar, IFS Secretary East Zone, Sri Rajiv Mehra, President of Indian Association of Tour Operators. We have Mr. Jonathan Tao, Special Envoy of His Majesty to India for Gelephu, Mindful City, and delegates from Bhutan and my dear eminent persons, and also ladies and gentlemen. Khulumbai, Namaskar, Kuju Jangpola. Today it's a very big opportunity for me to share some points and some ideas in respect to, the mindful city and also Bhutan-India business relationship. I must thank to our Honorable Chief Minister of Assam for organizing this mega event in Assam for bringing all the investors and industrialists in Assam, for creating more opportunity for people of Assam and entire northeastern region of India. India, one of the most ancient civilizations in the world, has gifted humanity and innumerable marvels over the millennia, from the wisdom of Mahavir Jaina, Gautam Buddha, Ashoka, Guru Nanak, and Mahatma Gandhi, to scientific breakthrough of Buddhism, Aryabhatta and Sushrota. India's contribution have been vast and varied. The oldest religion, including Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, were born in this land. India has produced saints, sects, emperors, scientists, thinkers, philosophers, and leaders throughout its history. Walking through the historical lands of Bharat, one can help but marvel. One cannot help but marvel at the achievement of our great nation. Bhutan, India's immediate neighbor, the friend and ally known to the world as Drukyul, or the land of the thunder dragon, has transcended the social and political economic challenges of the contemporary world. Bhutan has demonstrated that it is possible to care for the earth, drive in the bounty of nature, and be happy in today's age of consumerism. It has shown that universal values of peace, generosity, and compassion can still be practiced in an era of wars, battle, and cutthroat diplomacy. The peaceful transition of Bhutan from the monarchy to a democracy without civil unrest is a testament to the wisdom of its leadership. Today, Bhutan remains the only carbon negative country in the world, highlighting its commitment to sustainability, an area where the entire world can learn and collaborate. The Indo-Bhutan relationship, a natural partnership. The relation between India and Bhutan is rooted in this great tradition. forming a natural partnership between the two nations. Assam shares 267 kilometer international boundary with Bhutan, with the borderland region running along the entire length of this border. The geographical proximity has facilitated an enduring exchange of goods, people, traditions since ancient times. Historically, the border communities have engaged in vibrant trade, exchanging products such as rice, which we call sticky rice or maibra, erica nuts, dry fish, meat, and eri silk from India, while bartering orange, shishu spice, which we call jabrang. We are very fond of jabrang. And more than Bhutan, unlike many international borders where tension persists, the Indo-Bhutan border is unique in its openness and goodwill, fostering a sense of mutual respect and fraternity. Beyond economic exchange, the deep-rooted social and cultural ties between the two nations are exemplified by a traditional practice like the kurma systems. The kurma is the Assamese word, but since ancient times in border, we have the kurma system, and it is a relation we are maintaining with Bhutan's. Now, in this relation, today onwards, after this, the mega event of Advantage Assam 2.0, this is going to shift from socio-cultural relation to diplomatic relation and business relation between two countries. So today we are very much happy to be here and also to see the presentation of Mindful City of Bhutan, where we are going to, enjoy the entire benefit being in the border. We have so many aspects where we can develop our, the economic distinct institutions and share the benefit. Mainly the agriculture and allied sector. The Bhutan's rich resources in wood, bamboo, and minerals present significant potential for collaboration in agriculture and allied activities. Joint initiative in organic farming, rice, vegetables, exchanges and horticulture can boost economic growth for both regions. Large-scale grain production in Assam's plain can benefit Bhutan, while Bhutan's expertise in organic farming can benefit Indian farmers. Promoting sustainable agriculture practice, Bhutan's climate is suitable for year-round cultivation of vegetables, various horticultural crops. Collaborative efforts can ensure year-round availability of agricultural products in both nations. So, along with the dairy sector offers potential for organic dairy production in Bhutan, with milk sent to borderland for processing. Bhutan's climate is also suitable for button mushroom and also cordyceps mushrooms, and the minimal investment required. Collaboration in off-season vegetable cultivation can extend tropical and cool climate crops between Bhutan and Assam, adding value to the international market. Bhutan's orange, already highly regarded in Assam, exemplifying the potential for agriculture exchange. In tourism sector also, there is huge potential in both sides of the border. Tourism can drive economic growth through a transitional ecotourism circuit connecting Bhutan's pristine landscape with Manas National Park and other ecotourism destinations in BTR. Adventure tourism, wildlife safaris, river rafting, trekking, heritage tourism can attract global tourists. And in annual Indo-Bhutan tourism and cultural festival can celebrate rich traditions in dance, music, craft, and cuisine, serving as a business networking platform for tourism, entrepreneurs, travel agencies, hospitality providers, investment in homestay facilities, ecotourism ventures, tourism and water rafting on both sides of the border will strengthen tourism ties. And also investment for infrastructure development, where I won't elaborate this thing as you have already demonstrated the whole things of mindful city. Here, the cultural and spiritual connection between India and Bhutan offer avenues for deeper engagement. Bhutan's gross national happiness model provide insight into the holistic well-being and an aspect India can integrate into the development policies. Bhutan's approach to peace and happiness can serve as a learning model for the world. Thus, by prioritizing prioritizing the human-to-human partnership over a mere economic transaction, the Indo-Bhutan relationship serves as a model for global diplomatic engagement, leveraging mutual strength in agriculture, infrastructure, tourism, environmental sustainability, and skill development. Both nations can achieve shared prosperity. The leadership of both countries has demonstrated a commitment to peace and development. Their continued cooperation is a beacon of regional harmony and economic growth. As India and Bhutan move forward, fostering inclusive and sustainable development will be the key to ensuring long-term prosperity for the people of both nations. Together, we can build a strong, more resilient economic corridor that connects our people, our business, and our dreams. The advantage Assam 2.0 has offered us this opportunity on a platter. Let us all join hands and translate this into reality. Thank you. Dhanyabad Gazangtham. Kardin se la.
Thank you for your inspiring words, sir. We'd also like to let you all know that copies of this special note by Shri Pramod Boro may be collected after completion of the session. It is my privilege to now invite His Excellency Yonten Phunso, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Bhutan, to deliver the keynote address.
Your Excellency, Union Minister for External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankarji, Your Excellency, Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sarmaji, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Shri Margaret Ji, Shri Pramod Ji, Chief Executive Member of BTC, Shri Yuji Brahmaji, Minister in charge of this session, Shri Jaydev Mazumdar, Secretary East, Government of India, Dr. Sinha, CEO and MD, Tata Power Company Limited, Shri Rajiv Mehra, President of Indian Association of Tour Operators, Ambassador Jonathan Tao, Special Envoy to India for GMC, Excellencies, dignitaries from governments of Assam and Bhutan, business leaders and investors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar and Kuzuzangbola. As I stand here, I have the distinct honor of conveying the warm greetings of His Majesty the King and His Majesty the Fourth King of Bhutan to Your Excellency. I also avail of the opportunity to convey the greetings and gratitude of my Honorable Prime Minister and the people of Bhutan to Your Excellency and the people of Assam. The friendship between Bhutan and India rests on trust, mutual respect, and a shared vision for progress. India is our most generous development partner, and we continue to receive huge support from Government of India. For our 13th five-year plan, we have received rupees 100 billion, including 15 billion rupees for implementing what we called as economic stimulus program, for which we remain deeply, deeply grateful. Assam, as our immediate neighbor and gateway to Bhutan, has played a pivotal role in our economic development. From the historic trade routes of doers to today's modern connectivity and infrastructure projects, our partnership is a testament to the power of collaboration. For many Bhutanese like me, this relationship is deeply personal. My hometown lies just 60 kilometers away from Assam, with Bhairav serving as a cherished gateway to memories woven for generations. In my childhood, words like shazi and kurma, which Pramodji just mentioned, echoed in every household in my village, binding us in kinship beyond borders. Almost every household or family in my community had a kurma in the towns like Kahibari, Bengbari, Tongla, Udalguri, and other beautiful, beautiful border towns and villages of Assam. Indeed, I fondly remember and recall accompanying my late grandfather to visit our kurma as a young boy, where we were always welcomed with warmth and generosity. As a young boy, I eagerly awaited the winter vacations, not just for break from the school, but for the joy of experiencing the kindness and hospitality of our friends in Assam. Back then, the trade was not merely an exchange of goods, it was an exchange of trust and friendship. Even today, India continues to be Bhutan's largest trading partner, and Assam, with a strategic location and deep historical ties, is poised to play an even greater role in shaping our economic partnership. What were once bustling trade routes of silk and spices are now evolving into corridors of industrial growth, energy cooperation, and cross-border investments. Our hydropower fuels thousands of homes in Assam, just as India's grants, loans, and investment have propelled Bhutan's development over the years. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Bhutan is at a very pivotal moment in its economic journey. In December of 2023, we officially graduated from the UN list of least developed countries, which is a major milestone for us. Under the visionary leadership of our beloved monarchs, Bhutan has now transitioned into a lower middle income country with a per capita GDP of $3,919. Extreme poverty has been nearly eradicated, and overall economic conditions have significantly improved. Yet, with progress come new challenges. For instance, some of our bright young minds are seeking opportunities abroad, enabled by Bhutan's free education system and English medium instruction, which have empowered our youth with skills to compete globally. But we want to change the narrative. We aim to build an economy that not only retains our domestic talents, but also attracts global investment. That is why our government has launched an ambitious 13th five-year plan aiming to double our GDP by the year 2029. The launch of economic stimulus plan and the 21st century economic roadmap are transformative 10x national economic vision lays the foundation for a resilient, inclusive, and sustainable economy. Rooted in the principles of gross national happiness, these initiatives reflect Bhutan's commitment to a holistic development while fostering long-term prosperity and growth. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of this transformation is a visionary project envisioned by His Majesty the King that will redefine Bhutan's economic future and further deepen our ties with Assam, the Gelephu Mindfulness City. Therefore, I join my colleagues, Ambassador Jonathan and Mr. Rapsel, to extend an open invitation to the business leaders, investors, and policymakers from India, particularly from Assam, to explore this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let us shape the future together, one that prioritizes sustainability, prosperity, and well-being. It is a matter of common knowledge that Bhutan shares its borders with Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, and Arunachal Pradesh, with longest stretch of 265.8 kilometers being with Assam. So beyond geography, our deep-rooted cultural and historical ties make this relationship even more significant. It is therefore essential that we strengthen our collaboration to drive mutual growth and prosperity. Your Excellency, the Honorable Chief Minister, under your dynamic leadership, Assam has seen remarkable progress in infrastructure, trade, connectivity, creating an immense opportunity for Bhutan. Your recent announcement of Kokrajhar-Gelephu Road and launch of Jogigopa Inland Waterways Transport Terminal stand as a testament to your commitment and support for Bhutan. Thank you so much. Assam's focus on sustainable hydropower and clean energy aligns well with our shared vision for green growth. With improved ease of doing business and integration into India's Act East policy, Assam has become a gateway to Southeast Asia, opening new avenues for Bhutanese enterprises. As someone with deep ties to Assam, I have personally witnessed how these initiatives have enhanced opportunities for Bhutanese people through better connectivity, increased trade, and continued warmth of the Assamese people as partners in progress. His Majesty the King's visit to Assam in 2023, the launch of first roadshow event for Advantage Assam 2.0 in Bhutan, and Your Excellency's gracious visit to Bhutan during our National Day celebration in 2024 are a testament to our enduring partnership. I therefore feel the time is now and the opportunity is here to build a future where Bhutan and Assam thrive together, where our economies flourish and our people prosper in harmony with nature. Let us extend the success of AA to AB, which is Advantage Assam to Advantage Bhutan, to transform our shared vision into a powerful engine of regional growth and prosperity. Thank you. In conclusion, on behalf of my entire delegation, including the business community from Bhutan, I congratulate Your Excellency and team for successful launch of Advantage Assam 2.0. And I also thank you, Your Excellency, for the kind invitation to this summit and for the warm hospitality extended by you, your government, and the people of Assam. Lastly, we sincerely appreciate this invaluable platform to share Bhutan's transformative journey, one that will not only strengthen our ties with Assam, but more importantly, enhance the lives and livelihoods of people on the both sides of the border. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, everyone, for patiently listening. Thank you so much.
So we thank you for your vision and leadership and the wonderful words. We'd now like to request the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, to address the gathering.
Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. Jaisankarji, Minister of State, Sri Pavitra Margheritaji, His Excellency Yuntin Phongsu, Minister of Agriculture and Livestock, Royal Government of Bhutan, Sri Jonathan Tao, Special Envoy of His Majesty to India for GMC, Sri Pramod Boru, CM, Bodoland Territorial Council, my colleague Sri UG Brahma, Dr. Prabir Sinha, CEO Managing Director Tata Power, Sri Rajiv Mehta, President of Indian Association of Tour Operators, Dr. Sri Jaideep Majumdar, Secretary East, Ministry of External Affairs, Excellency Ambassadors, High Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. Today, in sideline of Advantage Assam 2.0, we are having a very important deliberation on Indo-Bhutan economic cooperation and Gelephu Mindfulness City opportunities for mutual collaboration. The Bhutanese delegation, led by His Excellency Phongsu, has already deliberated in depth about the Gelephu Mindfulness City. I had a unique opportunity of visiting Bhutan in this year's National Day celebration, and I have seen the kind of passion, kind of enthusiasm among the people of Bhutan for successfulness of the Gelephu Mindfulness City. I am very happy that our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has already placed his support for the development of Gelephu Mindfulness City. In fact, Gelephu Mindfulness City will symbolize the unity and shared prosperity of Bhutan and India in days to come. I'd like to convey my deep gratitude to His Majesty King of Bhutan for visiting Assam last year, and I am sure that he will come back again to Assam. He has promised me that he will come to Kaziranga again, and I am sure that in whenever he will find time, he will again come back. We are, as a people of Assam, we are committed. Government of India is committed for successfulness of Gelephu Mindfulness City. In fact, Dr. Jaisankarji is working very closely for developing Kokrajhar Gelephu rail connectivity. He is also working for the development of road infrastructure around the Gelephu Mindfulness City, and I am sure that his initiative will bring results, and soon there will be robust connectivity in and around the Gelephu Mindfulness City. In Assam, we are already deliberating on our side how we can collaborate with the initiative of Gelephu Mindfulness City, how we can mirror image the development of Gelephu in our part of the land. In fact, High Commissioner of Singapore is here. Yesterday we have in-depth discussed that how we can develop Sirang, Bongaigaon area in order to see that the whatever prosperity will come to the Gelephu Mindfulness City, that can be shared also by our side of the people. I also strongly feel that in the process of developing Gelephu Mindfulness City, Jugighopa will play a very big role, because Jugighopa is the immediate river port to the Gelephu, and that is also the connectivity with the Bay of Bengal. So in the days to come, that will be a big economic corridor, Gelephu, Jugighopa to Bay of Bengal. So that will be one of the opportunity which I think we have to work together. Developing a SEZ in and around Jugighopa, subject to clearance of Government of India, is also a high priority for the Government of Assam, so that once Gelephu is developed, we can create an industrial township, industrial city in Assam, because we all are aware that Gelephu will be a mindfulness city. So the industrial development has to be taken place in our part of the land, and it will be we will develop on a complementary basis rather than competitiveness. I am sure there is no competition between Gelephu and Guwahati Airport. In fact, if Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Act East Asia, as and when it become a reality, I think we will not have only Gelephu and Guwahati. Probably we will have one or two more airports to cater the needs in days to come. That is the strong vision of Government of India and my Prime Minister for the development of Act East policy in our state. I don't want to take more time of you, because immediately after this session, we will have a very important session of today's summit. We will all hear Dr. Jaishankar, his vision, because for us, his vision is very important, because Act East policy, out of which we want to take leverage, in fact, has to be spearheaded by Ministry of External Affairs, and in that context, his speech today summit will be very, very important. So I'd like to invite all of you to join us in the plenary so that we can hear Dr. Jaishankar and his valuable views, both which will be important both for India and Bhutan, because we are all, Bhutan and India, we are all depending on that Act East, because that will be our gateway to the other part of the world. So I'd like to invite all of you to the plenary. Let me once again assure you that our Prime Minister gives highest priority for the Indo-Bhutan relationship. For us, Bhutan is our friend, Bhutan is our neighbor, and we always feel that it is important to Bhutan have prosperity, to Bhutan important for Bhutan to progress, and Prime Minister is thoroughly and completely committed for that. We highly value the leadership of His Majesty, his vision, his dynamicism, and his vision for Bhutan. So we highly value that, and I am sure that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, His Excellency King of Bhutan, Indo-Bhutan relationship will grow further. It is one of the friendship which is solid, which is historical, which is futuristic, and will move along in that spirit. I'd like to convey our deepest gratitude to the Bhutanese delegation for visiting us in Advantage Assam 2.0, and I am sure that this interaction will continue and will grow together. Thank you very much, and my invitation to all of you to join us in the plenary hall immediately after this meeting. Thank you.
We thank you for your valuable insight and perspective, sir. Now, to formally conclude our session, I invite Sri Jaydeep Majumdar, IFS Secretary East, to deliver the closing remarks.
I have the privilege of making the closing remarks and the vote of thanks for this session. The India-Bhutan economic collaboration is a partnership built on deep bonds of friendship, trust, goodwill, and understanding, and also that exists between the two leaders of both sides. It is India's privilege to be a close partner to Bhutan's development, and likewise, the state of Assam and Bhutan share deep historical and cultural connections that were so movingly brought out by the Honorable Minister from Bhutan. It is therefore highly appropriate that here today at Advantage Assam 2.0, we are discussing the vision of His Majesty, the King of Bhutan, the Gelephu Mindfulness City. I would like to thank the Royal Government of Bhutan for its enthusiastic participation with a large delegation led by Minister Leonpo Yonten Funsho, and the presentation made today on the transformational project by Ambassador Jonathan To. The presence and participation of Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, in this session, despite your preoccupations regarding this mega event, reflects the importance that you attach to the partnership with Bhutan. Minister U.G. Brahma and Bodoland Territorial Council CEM, Shri Pramod Boro's contributions are also highly appreciated. Industry and governments have to work together to advance this partnership and realize this vision. Hence, we deeply appreciate the presence and contributions of the CEO and MD of Tata Power, Dr. Praveen Sinha, and the President of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, Shri Rajiv Mehra. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has assured His Majesty of India's continued support for the Gelephu Mindfulness City project, which will take the India-Bhutan partnership to new heights. And just as GMC will be impactful for Assam and the region, Advantage Assam will also be advantageous for Bhutan, the Northeast, and the entire region. It also presents opportunities for other countries, and that is why Advantage Assam 2.0 has been able to attract ambassadors from more than 60 countries from around the world. This is unprecedented, and I thank them all for coming. Many of them are present here amidst us today. Today we are charting new horizons for the region, and I feel privileged to be present here today. Today, Act East, Neighborhood First, and Purvodaya all meet with mindfulness, and I have no doubt the results of that will be spectacular. I thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to request all our dignitaries on the dais for a group photo. I would now like to request the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, to present a token of appreciation to the Honorable Agriculture Minister of Bhutan, His Excellency Yongten Funsho. Thank you all for your active participation. This discussion has truly underscored the strength of the India-Bhutan partnership and the exciting opportunities ahead. Let us continue working together towards a prosperous and sustainable future. Have a great evening.